What's going on, MetaMatics? It is MetaMatt here, and in today's video, I'll be talking about insider trading when it comes to NFTs. So as you see, I don't have my full setup here. I am on the road, but in today's video, I will be talking about Nate Chastain and how he is facing up to, 40 years in prison, possibly for insider trading. He's only 31 years old. He could be facing up to 40 years in prison. So he was a product manager for Opensea, and because of this, he knew which NFTs were going to be put on the homepage before anybody else. So I know just because an NFT gets put on the homepage of Opensea doesn't mean it's guaranteed to do well. But Opensea is the biggest marketplace out there for NFT trading, selling, buying, whatever you want to call it. And so, being on the homepage, that's like being on Amazon's homepage. Sure, you're not guaranteed to sell, but everyone's going to see your products, or there is a much better chance. So knowing those odds, Nate used them to his advantage and bought a bunch of NFTs prior to them going on to the Opensea's website on the homepage, and now he could be facing up to 40 years in prison for it. Opensea is now banning their employees from buying and selling NFTs during promotions and events, and they're also banning their employees from buying or selling due to insider knowledge on any platform, be it Opensea or any other marketplace. Alright, so let's talk about this now. So insider trading with NFTs. NFTs is such a new space. All this, we're kind of, we're watching history be made in front of our very eyes, because all of these regulations, all these things that are happening, it's happening for the first time because this is new. This is the first big insider trading case that Opensea, that really had, as far as the mainstream media goes. This is the first time it happened, and now, they're going to start making laws about it, or in this case, just different regulations and rules. Opensea now is banning their employees from buying and selling during different promotions. They're banning their employees from buying and selling based off of insider knowledge on any platform. These are changes that are happening, right in front of our very eyes, because this is a new space. The NFT space in general is brand new. I know everyone's saying oh, it's bear market. Oh, you're too late. This is just the beginning. I'm not saying that every NFT is going to be 10x in a year, 2 years, 3 years. I honestly do believe that most NFT projects that are currently out there now will not be here in the next 3 years. I believe a lot of them, probably around 95% of them, are going to die out due to lack of volume. The 5% that do make it are going to be making a lot of millionaires. And even the 95% that don't make it can still be making a lot of millionaires based off of trading the ups and downs. Just because the project doesn't work out long term does not mean you can't make money off of it. But like I said, I really don't believe that all these pictures of animals are going to be worth thousands upon thousands of dollars in the future. I believe a lot of the projects are not going to be here, because a lot of it are just people with great ideas, and quite frankly, I think a lot of the bigger money are going to come in, just like in the real world, and kind of overshadow all these smaller projects. A mom and pop restaurant can have the best food in the world, but a corporate chain definitely has the advantage when it comes to the funds, marketing, and just business in general. So that's why I'm not really focusing on a project that can 10x, 100x. I'm not really doing the whole NFT alpha in the sense of finding a bunch of projects that are going to make you rich. That's not really my thing. What I'm here to do is to talk to you about the technology behind NFTs and why that is the future, why blockchain technology, why Web3, why this is all the future, and why it's important to understand it and why it's important to get involved. That's kind of what the focus of this channel is going to be. I know I haven't been doing a lot of content on this YouTube channel, but I do plan on changing that. So yeah, insider trading, let's talk about it. So there are a lot of moderators currently out there in NFT projects. They get to know about all the different announcements and all the different changes that are going to be happening to these NFT projects before the members, before the holders. So if OpenSea employees can get insider trading, why can't project owners and project moderators and people who are in part of projects? And I'm not saying that I want that to happen. I think I like the space the way it is, and that's what happens when you when you're not at your regular set at home. I'm not saying that I want that to happen. I like the space the way it is, but the SEC does have their ways. The government does want things to be regulated, even in DeFi, even in NFTs. They are going to be trying to get their fingers involved when it comes to regulating who does and doesn't make money, because, that's just how they do. There have been multiple rug pulls, hacks. The NFT space is amazing in the sense that, it has DeFi, Web3, it's by the people, for the people, the DAOs and all that, but at the same time, it is a very dangerous space because it is so unregulated and it is so new. So there are pros and cons of regulating NFTs. When it comes to insider trading, and that's a special topic right there, because like I was saying before, there are moderators, there are community managers, there are collab managers, social media managers who all know things before the holders do. And so if they buy NFT, knowing an announcement is going to come out prior to the announcement, and the announcement comes out and they sell the NFT, in theory, isn't that insider trading? I know if a stock trader did that, someone who had insider knowledge, then they would go to jail probably, or they face a pretty heavy fine. So I'm not trying to say that I think that should be what happens in the NFT space. I personally, I don't want people going to jail at all. That being said, I do think that it is a possibility. I don't want it to happen. I'm not advocating for it at all, but moderators out there, project developers, project founders, be aware that this might be a thing that might happen in the future. Episode 3 of the Meta Chat with MetaMatt podcast will actually be with Alex Mejias, who is a crypto lawyer. I talk about all the different regulations that are not in place, that are currently in place in the stock market and the crypto market, not really in place in the NFT market, and if he thinks that certain regulations might be happening, and how that might affect NFT traders, project founders, holders, the whole 9 yards. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this whole insider trading? Do you think that there are going to be some big changes? Do you want there to be big changes? Do you like things the way there are? Do you think there should be more security involved? And if so, does that mean more regulations? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you next time. But until then, as always, I hope that you all make some bread.